What really happened behind Taehyung's live broadcast that night? Why does one seemingly ordinary sentence actually make Jungkook seem panicked and agitated? Is this a sign of internal discord, or is there a big secret that Hybe is trying to hide? Taehyung's live broadcast backfired. This one sentence panicked Jungkook, and ARMY wondered, what's wrong with Hybe? In the fast-paced world of K-pop, where every word has been measured and every move has been scheduled, a simple sentence can be a ticking time bomb. And the bomb went off in a supposedly warm and loving live broadcast. Taehyung's live broadcast on Weverse initially looked like a casual interaction, a form of gentle greeting to ARMY, who was always waiting behind the scenes. But who would have thought, in a relaxed atmosphere, when there was no sign of danger, Taehyung threw something that instantly changed the atmosphere. And what is more surprising? Jungkook looked frantic just minutes after. What exactly happened? The question hung in the air, like an unfinished high note. Why did Jungkook's expression change so quickly? What did Taehyung mean when he said, "You will understand later, when August comes"? The sentence, although short, carries a weight of mystery that bothers many. The words were spoken with a smile, but left a big question mark for millions of fans. Augustus? Why is the moon important? And why does it seem like a big secret is about to be revealed? The sentence made a live broadcast that was originally just about dinner, friends, and F1 turn into something else. The aura changes, the interaction feels different, and what feels the most is the feeling that we are not told everything. And Hybe? As always, shut up. As if hoping that this storm will pass by itself. But the ARMY is not stupid. They know when something is hidden. And this time, it felt bigger than usual that it didn't take long before the hashtags #what did Taehyung say and #Jungkook panic became a global trend. The snippet of the video as Jungkook's face changed while reading something on the screen spread like wildfire. Even some of the ARMY claimed that Jungkook had a quick wink at someone off camera, a secret code perhaps? And if so, to whom? What made everything even more confusing was the fact that shortly after, the broadcast abruptly ended. No explanation. There is no sweet cover. It's the silence that makes it all burned. A few days later, Wever's official account re-uploaded a snippet of Taehyung's broadcast without the August part. This is not a mistake. This is a censor. And if it has been censored, it means that what Taehyung said is not something ordinary. It's part of something bigger, darker, and possible more painful. Fans began to associate it with Jin's statement some time ago about unrepeatable time. Even RM, in a promotional interview, Right Place, Wrong Person, had said, "We all try to make room, but still walk on one complicated line." Is this some kind of hidden hint of an internal conflict? Not to mention, rumors about Hybe's involvement in organizing each member's narrative are getting louder. Many began to wonder, was Taehyung deliberately leaking something as a form of subtle protest? Or, even more nerve-wracking, did he accidentally slip up while talking about something that should still be a secret? Then, why does Jungkook, who is known to be calm and often a shield for the other members, look so uncomfortable? Some fans speculated that Jungkook may have known the impact of Taehyung's words. Perhaps he was aware that the statement would cause a storm. Or maybe is he keeping something to himself? Another clue comes from their recent content. Taehyung said that he would start to be active on YouTube, exploring vlogs, F1, and things that haven't been fully approved. The sentence is quite ambiguous. What does not fully approved mean? Are there any personal projects that Hybe does not allow? Does this have anything to do with the emergence of rumors that some BTS members intend to create independent subunits? We all know that Taehyung is not a person who likes to make a sensation for no reason. He was artistic, calm, yet had the courage to show an attitude. He will not say something like, "You guys will understand in August," if nothing is really going to happen. And if there's going to be something in August, then why does Jungkook seem to want to stop it? There was also an interesting moment when Taehyung said, "I enjoyed having dinner with them, but you will never know who they are." The sentence is like a code. Who are they? Does it indicate a relationship that is not known to the public? Or a secret meeting that the ARMY should know about? In this enigmatic atmosphere, the news came that Hybe plans to release a surprise project at the end of August. But until now, there are no further details. Is this what Taehyung meant? Was he disappointed that he wasn't fully involved? Then came the next clue, a short post from Jungkook on Instagram stories with an hourglass emoji and eyes. What does that mean? Is time running out for a big reveal? Fans began to speculate. Is this all part of a much larger narrative? Are these all signs that the relationship between BTS members is being tested by something unseen? Or further, is this a subtle form of rebellion on the part of one of the members against the company? One thing is certain. The atmosphere is no longer the same, and in the midst of all the questions, Hybe still chose silence. No clarification, no explanation. And as always, it's the ARMY that has to put together the pieces of the puzzle itself. But with each passing day, the pieces become harder to assemble. Because every time we feel that we are close to the truth, new confusing clues always appear. Like a puzzle that is constantly changing its answer. What do you really want Taehyung to say? Is he sending a message to the fans? Or trying to warn us all about something to come? And if something really big is going to happen in August, are we really ready? Or are we just counting the days before everything unfolds in the most surprising way? Since that live broadcast, the atmosphere among the ARMY was no longer the same. They are not just fans. They are emotional detectives who read every sound vibration, observe every change in expression, and try to understand the world hidden behind the smiles of their idols. And now, the whole focus is on one sentence. You will understand later when August comes. The phrase continues to resonate in various forums. Reddit, Twitter, X, TikTok, even discussion rooms within the international community echoed with one big question: what is Taehyung hiding? Some fans with keen eyes noticed that after the sentence came out, Taehyung briefly stared at the camera, then dropped his gaze and was silent for a moment. A pause that may be ordinary in a layman's eyes, but very meaningful for those who are used to reading Taehyung's body language. And what is more surprising? In another broadcast Jungkook made a week later, when one of the comments mentioned Taehyung's name along with the clock and August emoji, Jungkook's face seemed to tighten. He raised his eyebrows, smiled briefly, and then suddenly switched topics. Let's talk about music, he said. One sentence that invites speculation of thousands of conspiracy theories behind the scenes to in fact, there is another moment that ignites the coals. In a recent vlog that was accidentally caught on camera, the voice of someone believed to be one of Hybe's staffers can be heard saying, "We have to talk to V before August." Why before August? What will happen if they don't talk? Or rather, what is V planning? We cannot forget that since the beginning of 2024, Taehyung has indeed begun to show a different side. More artistic, freer, yet also more mysterious. The song Fri Yendi S, for example, although it sounds sweet, it has enigmatic lyrics. Many ARMY are now interpreting the lyrics as not just about romantic love, but about an emotional breakup with someone very close. Meanwhile, RM in the song, Right Place, Wrong Person, is also like pouring out anxiety that cannot be expressed clearly. Somewhere in the right place, I keep meeting wrong moments. Is it about their dynamics as a group? Is it about the company's decisions that are not in line with the wishes of the members? The combination of the statements of these two members feels cannot be ignored. Then, rumor surfaced that there was a secret meeting between Taehyung and two major global musicians, one of whom is rumored to be an American actor who is also an independent music producer. The meeting took place in Tokyo, and although there is no official confirmation yet, some fans found a photo of a silhouette very similar to V. Is this some kind of new cooperation? Did Hybe know about the meeting? This again reinforces the suspicion that Taehyung is preparing something that is off Hybe's radar. Maybe a big solo project. Perhaps a public statement. Or maybe a confession that could shake the foundations of fandom. It doesn't stop there. A former Wever staffer posted a tweet that was immediately deleted minutes later. The content of the tweet was very brief, but stomping. August will split the fandom. The upload was immediately screenshot by thousands of users and disseminated. The question again resonates. What is meant by splitting the fandom? Will there be a big announcement that leaves fans divided? Will Taehyung take his own path? Or is there a scandal that has been hidden all this time and will soon be revealed? Jungkook himself, who usually acts as a counterweight, appears less and less in Hybe's official content. His activities are more often on personal social media and personal live streams. Even in one broadcast session ago, when asked if he and V would be appearing together in August content, Jungkook just chuckled and said, "We'll see." Then shut up. Silence is no ordinary silence. Silence that holds something. Something that is probably too heavy to share right now. All of this is even more confusing because, technically, BTS is currently inactive as a full-fledged group. With several members serving in the military, public attention was divided. But here lies the real awkwardness. Why precisely in this period of rest? Internal tension is felt even stronger, and ARMY, which has always been BTS's biggest strength, is starting to feel like it's being marginalized. It's as if there's a big narrative that they don't know about, and are only given small fragments through short lives, song lyrics, or fleeting expressions that in the end, what hurts most is not the scandal, not the split, not the resignation, but the sense of abandonment. The sense that something is going on, but that no one is honest enough to say it plainly. And if Taehyung really is trying to convey a hidden message through his live broadcast, then one thing is clear. He doesn't want to hurt ARMY. Instead, maybe he was looking for a way to protect them from something bigger. Something he couldn't fight on his own. What about Jungkook? Why does he look panicked? Some fans believe that Jungkook is in the middle of two currents. One current is his loyalty to Taehyung as a friend and colleague for more than a decade, and another current is his responsibility to the company and the integrity of the group. If so, then that panicked expression was the expression of someone who knew the storm was coming, but couldn't do anything about it. And here we are now, standing between mystery, pieces of clues, and speculation. Looking forward to August, not with ardent enthusiasm, but with a heart beating with uncertainty. What will it say? What will be revealed? Will BTS be the same? One thing is for sure. Whatever happens later, it will be an unforgettable moment. Not just in the history of BTS, but in the history of K-pop itself. Because this time, it's not just the song that will rock the world, but the truth. As August slowly approached, the tension among the ARMY was like a thick fog, invisible but very palpable. Every post on social media, every brief appearance, even every emoji used by BTS members is now examined with sharp eyes and a heart filled with anxiety. And Taehyung? He remained calm, as if nothing had happened. But precisely therein lies the unnaturalness that makes everything even more precarious. We come back to that live broadcast, at the moment when Taehyung, holding a cup of tea, smiles a little and says, "I think in August, everything will be clearer." Then he laughed, an uncharacteristic chuckle, not a free laugh full of warmth, but a laugh that sounded like, "Release the load." A few seconds later, the screen wobbled a little, and on the back, the shadow of a person appears for a while, then disappears. Who is he? And why after the appearance of the shadow, Taehyung's expression became stiffer? Fans did not remain silent. There are those who carry out a frame-by-frame analysis of the broadcast. They even compared the broadcast delay time, background noise, to the technical habits of the Wever studio. One of the leading global fanbase accounts claims, based on a technical watermark, that Taehyung's broadcast wasn't actually done live, but rather recorded early and edited, but forgot to cut out one important part, the sentence about August. And if this claim is true, the question becomes even greater. Why did Hybe deliberately let the broadcast air with such a sensitive part? Or rather, did Taehyung insert it secretly, against the system from within? This led to news speculation that not only Jungkook panicked when he saw the broadcast, but Hybe's management as well. There were even rumors that shortly after the broadcast went viral, Hybe's internal communications team held an emergency meeting. An anonymous source in Seoul's entertainment industry community said, "There is a potential for a serious rift behind the scenes with BTS right now, and it's all centered on some members' disagreement with the direction the company is taking." Even more surprising, the day after the broadcast, Jungkook's Weverse personal account was inaccessible for several hours. Many suspect it is a form of internal censorship from management. A few minutes before his account went missing, Jungkook posted a photo of the night sky with the caption, "Even stars can't stay together forever." A sentence that immediately caused a great stir among the ARMY. I asked this a form of indirect communication from Jungkook that something is changing within their group. After Jungkook's account became active again, the upload was gone. No trace. There is no clarification. But his screenshots have already spread everywhere, serving as evidence that internal conflicts can no longer be masked. Taehyung also posted a photo of himself alone on an apartment balcony with the caption, "Don't be afraid when your inner voice conflicts with the voice of the world." Is this a defense of what he said in the live broadcast? Or someone who no longer supports them? And at the same time, Jin, who had just completed his military duty, actually uploaded a silent video without sound on his personal account. Just a blank look, a tired face, and the camera slowly moving away. No words. But the ARMY read everything. There's something going on. Something that cannot be expressed in words. Now, all eyes are on the mysterious date believed to be at the center of the puzzle. August 18th, 2025. A date found by fans in Wever's internal website metadata, which lists the unpublished schedule with the code VXJK_pilot. VXJK? Does that mean V and Jungkook? And if so, what projects are they preparing for? Is this a collaboration or a narrative battle between two people who now seem to be on two different sides? The ARMY began to divide. There are those who fully support Taehyung and believe that he is fighting against internal censorship. They believe that he holds the truth and is looking for time and a way to share it. On the other hand, there are also those who feel that Jungkook is the one who is actually more depressed, trying to keep everything intact while facing a huge inner conflict. The split began to be felt. In the Weverse comments, fans began to blame each other. The hashtags #ProtectTaehyung and #StayStrongJungkook are both trending, but opposite in tone, while Hybe, keep your mouth shut. Even some BTS content that was supposed to air in the last week of July was suddenly postponed without explanation. Some say that the internal creative team is being reorganized. Some also claim that surveillance of members is being tightened. However, this silence actually made the rumors grow even wilder. There is also a theory that Taehyung's broadcast is a form of emergency code, a kind of secret signal that he wants to get out of the system. Some fans even compared the situation to the early days when some other big K-pop groups started showing signs of cracking from the inside, such as EXO, TVXQ, or even GOT7. But there's one thing that sets BTS apart. Their connection to ARMY is too strong to just completely disappear, and this is where the pain comes from. Because when the bond is so deep, betrayal or alleged betrayal feels 1,000 times more painful. If there really is something wrong, why don't they just say it out loud if they're being hurt? Why not ask for help from the millions of ARMY who are ready to support anything? Perhaps the answer is, they don't know where to start either. Perhaps they are in a battle between personal desires, industry pressures, and a love for fans that never subsides. Or maybe, like Taehyung said, we just have to wait for August to come. Waiting for the truth to be revealed. Waiting for the other side of the story. Waiting for the moment when everything can no longer be covered with a smile in front of the camera, and the question is no longer, what did Taehyung say? But what will happen to Taehyung after